what's up, Facebook? I don't really post that often because I've just been doing me. There's things that I understand on a deep spiritual level that there basically isn't words to describe it. And it takes such articulation and time, and also the willingness of the participants to engage and understand and be open. A great saying I've recently grasped a hold of that I really love, I teach my stepkids, is a mind is like a book. It doesn't work unless it's open. So don't just believe in things. It's like the as above, so below, the inversion of and the twisting of reality. Like teachers are indoctrinators. It's really the children's job to go and take what they can and leave the rest, and keep their minds open and not just believe in these grandiose things that they're being taught that as fact that we don't even know 100% about, like gravity and the curvature of the earth and all these things. But they'll continue to try to put us in a box and make us like they want to try to get us to create this reality, and that's where it becomes biblical. And Airborne Saint, he mentioned in his video, what was it? Let me turn the volume down. I'm watching this and it was inspiring me. What he mentioned in his video recently. Crap, I totally lost it, but the inversion, these things, taking it, leaving it. I was watching this documentary on the Challenger. I'll get back to that, but I was watching this documentary on Challenger because I've been doing a lot of research into flat Earth and these Mandela effect and everything. You know what I'm all about. and it's all been a learning process for me to go through because I've been going on this spiritual journey, and I've been like trying to heal and grow and basically, let me just get down to the point. Like, me and my girl had an experience. We were in the store and we saw like these demons looking through these older people that were like really old looking, 80, 90-ish, but they were in the store and they were like, you could see that they were just looking at us with disdain and disgust, and they almost looked like slobbering vampires. Like, you could see the demonic presence in them looking at us in hatred. And I was looking at how everyone's being, possibly a big deception with the Challenger thing, and there's all these doppelgangers, and and then even people in this documentary are speaking like about how things were, like they knew there was a disaster gonna happen, but blah, blah, blah. You don't understand that these things might have been lined up and planned. Like, NASA doesn't, a thing that size and that intricate and the layers that they create, they don't make mistakes. It's something that was planned. The talk about how the nation needed something to believe in, and I believe that's why what's going on now with Tesla and SpaceX and everything, because I remember I remember the astronauts coming into my school and showing us the shit, and yeah, wonderful, but most people just didn't give a flying fuck. Us kids really didn't give a fuck. I mean, talking 10, 11, 12-year-old kids were already like, yeah, okay. Like, it's not like we're everyone, like, whatever, who cares? But I'm realizing like that they're literally like the average person doesn't take into consideration like how well they can run a simulation. Like they can make these people think they're on the launch pad going up and they're not, and they're in some kind of chamber, and then they're in some kind of giant underground tank of pressurized liquid, and they think they're in outer space, and there's all, whatever. I mean, there's just unbelievable amount of things that can come into play with that much money and everything. You're talking about the whole nations, all his taxes, and world vested, like this is other nations, and invested in this, because it's not about a person. That's why, like, you can't kill a president, or you can't kill these assassinations. Might put a stifle in something, but or create a swift reaction that I mean, it's just it's all manipulation, is what I'm saying. You can't kill the idea. That's why these people operate off these. It's the idea. It's about the idea. It's about the ideal. It's that's why they control the narrative, and they continue to just constantly try to manipulate you and put your mind, and they're literally trying to put everyone's mind in a fucking box. It's disgusting. And I'm a free thinker. I'm not the type of person that wants to be like everybody else, man. It's fucking, I'd rather have people hate me and be me than just try to be another facsimile of the next person to my right or left, And I've seen these things. I've prayed about these things. The as above, so below, the inversion, how it gets flipped. I prayed about that to God, and He's allowed me to see these things. So it's because, see, like, okay, it says in the Bible, and I got a lot of this stuff from like watching Airborne Saint too, because I'm deep in the scripture. And I like to be. I'm into theology, but not as a religious thing. But like it says in there, we battle against spiritual powers and principalities. Like, it's not a battle of the flesh, right? And that's the same as like this. It's the idea. It's not the person. And it's how do. This is what my point of the whole video I wanted to make right here. How and Airborne Saint, you said this. It makes you scared when they try to say nukes are not real, because they're very real, right? Because that's what they want to do, is mislead us. So when you see propaganda out there that ghosts are just some apparition or some creepy feeling or a shadow figure or something, that's a propaganda machine weapon against you. That you don't understand that if you're in a physical body, but you're a spiritual being having a physical experience, what makes you think that the demons aren't real? The people you're watching on TV pumping these lies, the politicians, the kings, the queens. And I thought about, and then all of a sudden I had the revelation. I thought about Pontius Pilate and Christ and everything. Because the whole truth that I've been searching for a decade now is right. I'm saying it right now, and I've been searching for it on the internet for so long. I hope this goes viral or something, but that's the truth that's revealed in the inversion of Christ and the Antichrist, is that their Masonic beliefs is that you can just lie and manipulate and control mentalities and people to make your lies become as if they were true. And that's what the space program and all this shit and scientism, not science, because true science, it would be not talking about gravity, not talking about curvature and things of the earth that they can't quite prove yet, or can't go out far enough to show the curvature, and they can't. It's all fucking lies, guys, because they're trying to manipulate you, because you are God. You are God, made in God's image, and you have the power to create. So if they fool you into believing their lies are real and they're so grandiose and paradigm shifting and changing, and don't you see that that's the Antichrist? Because Christ is teaching you that you can be good and holy, and that's the whole point of Christianity, like being like Christ, and speaking only the truth and not misleading people and all that stuff, and like living in this humble, beautiful Garden of Eden existence that we've been given. But we're handing it over for all these lies. And I believe the Christ that is coming, that they're speaking of in Jerusalem, there was news, and I saw on Airborne Saint and other channels, Dabu 77 or whatever, other channels, they're supposedly talking with Messiah. He's here. Like, it's not the Messiah, it's the Antichrist. Because the true Christ is us waking up and rebelling and realizing that we have to, the Christ consciousness, taking responsibility and living and being grateful and worshiping God every day by living a beautiful life in harmony with the world and your neighbors and your community and your land and your home, and everyone having the opportunity to go and do that. And the Antichrist is the government and all this shit and people manipulating to help you make them live like gods as their servants under their total control, putting your mind in a box forever and ever. Courage, righteousness, truth, all these things are, but I'm glad I was able to articulate that for you guys this evening, because this has been almost like a decade-long journey for me. And I didn't quite think this video was going to be that important, but it really is incredibly important. What I just articulated right there is unbelievably important. And it shows you where the line is, and it inverts. It's like a mirror. It's the matrix. It's the nothingness that cuts everything in half and makes the masculine and the feminine, and that's what gives us the ability to create. We are an embodiment of the Holy Trinity. But people don't know this ancient knowledge and wisdom. Way back when I first started studying this, it stemmed from me loving alchemy and wanting to understand things like that and what it was about, and like growing up the way I did and like meeting people like I did. I had a Spanish friend from Costa Rica, Jose, if you're watching, I love you, brother. I hope you're safe down there. And him teaching me about minoris and majoris, like in the pool. I was asking him which the stripes and solids and the were, and like he was explaining to me about masculine and feminine. And I had a rough idea, but to fully understand these concepts and principles is what led me down my path in a brokenness in my soul, and I was lost in the desert, man. And I've been freed by asking for the truth and the way, and doing it and loving it and the life, and at no matter what the cost, no matter how much, it shows me to be forever not good enough for that. Like, that's why it's such a gift, and that's the teachings of Christ and everything. And our flesh has been sacrificed so that we can go to live in eternity, realizing that we are the image of God and we're meant to go and be with God if we can just take responsibility and live a righteous, holy life and try to and just acknowledge that. That's all we have to do. That's what being saved is acknowledging that we're trying to better, and instead of degrading, we're progressing. And that's why we're going through what we're going through, is this whole nation is in a state of plummeting degradation, because there are a lot of people out there that know this and are feeling this and are spreading this and sharing this, and they're trying to shut it down during this whole pandemic, fake bull crap laced with real madness. I love you guys. I'm glad I was able to share this, and it really should bring a lot of clarity and understanding to a lot of people out there that you go out here every day looking and one in this constant state of wonder, but you never find what you're looking for. Every video that's so enticing, yeah, you get some answers, but you don't ever get that full understanding. This is that video that's going to give you that full understanding. Make it go viral. It's nothing special. It's just a person sharing a decade of spiritual growth and not grasping on to any type of, just a real understanding, not getting swept away in just beliefs and just taking the meat and leaving the rest. I love you guys, and may you find peace in Jesus. And that's not coming from a religious status or belief. That's coming from, if you know what it means, I hope you find Jesus. I hope you find peace in Jesus, and knowledge in Jesus, and freedom in Jesus, and life in Jesus, and peace in Jesus, and all that good stuff in Jesus. Because once you find that and understand that and open your heart to that, you will be blessed. That's the message, that we'll be blessed with eternal life. Amen. Peace. I love you guys. I gotta go.